A suffocating patriarchal shadow hangs over the lives of women throughout India. From all sections, castes, and classes of society, women are victims of its repressive controlling effects. Those subjected to the heaviest burden of discrimination are from Dalit or scheduled castes, known in less liberal democratic times as untouchables. The name may have been banned, but pervasive negative attitude of mind remain. As do the extreme levels of abuse and servitude experienced by Dalit women, they experience multiple levels of discrimination and exploitation, much of which is barbaric, degrading, appallingly violent, and totally inhumane. Caste refers to a traditional Hindu model of social stratification which defines people by descent and occupation, a system of graded inequality in which castes are arranged according to an ascending scale of reverence and a descending scale of contempt. As you go up to the caste system, the power and status of a caste group increases, and as you go down the scale, the degree of contempt increases. They will be regarded as of low status, caste, they don't have any power, and regarded as dirty and polluting. Despite of India's far-reaching constitutional guarantees and laws which prohibit caste-based discrimination, Dalit women are the victims of collision of deep-rooted gender and caste discrimination, resulting in a wide-range exploitation. They are oppressed by the broader Indian society, men from their own community, and also their own husbands and male members in the family. There are such examples like stripping, naked parading, caste abuses, pulling out their nails and hair, sexual slavery, and bondages, which are very much peculiar to Dalit women. These women live under a form of apartheid, discrimination, and social exclusion. To them, common property resources are banned like land, water, livelihood sources, exclusion from the schools, places of worship, common dining, intercaste marriages. We're going to be discussing another Dalit community, which is very, very much related to the Dalit community living in India. They are called
And
Romas.
same is the example of a tribe that is considered as the Dalit community in Europe, and they are called Romas. Let me tell you that Roma discrimination is not based on skin color as such. Actually, it is based on behavior, clothing, speech, and lifestyle by which the members of this community are marked as different and inferior. What happened in Hungary is that many Roma live in settlements outside of the villages, often banished by the state in social housing without access to piped water. When electricity bills were not paid, provider used to cut off supply. With no hope of paying bills, when they used to take measures to improve their situation, they are put into prison for stealing electricity. Not only this, today their children may study in the same school as the majority population, but sometimes they get placed in separate, so called corrective classes. Poverty and the lack of avenues often do not allow students to continue their education. They were treated in a very bad way. In many regions, they were forced into slavery, a practice which continued into the 19th century in Romania and elsewhere. They were often called by the name Gypsy, and they were used to hate this name because they feel they are being insulted. For them, Roma is the right word to use for all related groups regardless of their country of origin, and it became the accepted global term in 1971 when representatives of Roma communities adopted a flag, anthem, and international day on 8 April. There is one great difference between the discrimination experienced by Dalits and Roma. Anti Roma settlements are not religiously ordained. They are not backed up by religious texts claiming authority on the basis of being ancient and thus sacred. The Roma do not have to face the Vedas and the Shastras. Consequently, when they adopt the lifestyle of the majority community and become middle class, they can forget about their disadvantaged background for no one will call them Roma anymore.
Around the world, women and girls face gender based violence, harassment, sex trafficking, glass ceilings in the workplace, and various other manifestations of gender inequality. Many women and men alike are concerned with these issues but don't know how to address them on a local level in order to work towards solutions. Often, traditions and taboos make it challenging to even begin the discussion. Artolution is dedicated to promoting gender equality through their community based public art projects designed to serve as real life examples of environment in which all participants respect one another and have equal power and equal voice.
In 2016, girls and boys in slum communities in Delhi and Mumbai, India, participated in Artolution projects in which they had the opportunity to explore how issues like gender based violence, female infanticide, and street harassment had been playing out in their communities and wider society. They took these ideas and created a series of murals and public performance pieces. In West Bengal, survivors of sex trafficking and local artists raise awareness for the human trafficking epidemic in South Asia through dance performance and a large scale mural. As a part of an international conclave to combat this crime as well as the social stigma that survivors face upon returning home. In Mexico, residents in rural town painted a mural that addressed domestic violence as it affected their lives, envisioning their goals for healthy relationship and taking a stand against gender-based violence. Going forward, Artolution will continue to focus on promoting gender equality through its programming around the world.